G'day, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video. My name's Sheepdog74, and let's get into this one then. So we've returned to Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered a bit more quicker than I thought I would, but in today's episode, I'm going to be trying out, as someone that has played over 300 hours on the original game, the original Need for Speed Hot Pursuit on Steam, on PC, and also, of course, I just finished my playthrough of this game on YouTube as well. That was about 20 hours, so let's say I've played 350 hours. You can see the stats here of the YouTube playthrough. And I've had plenty of other experiences with other Need for Speeds from 2015 to 2024, so essentially, I know quite a bit about Need for Speed, and especially this one, especially when you consider the fact that this game takes about 16 to 20 hours to complete. And I've never done online because I was too young to play it when I originally played this game. And so now we're going to be playing it and see how it is. Of course, the game is free at the moment on PlayStation until, I think it's February 3rd, but let's just say 1st of January. So if you want to pick it up, just press Add to Library, as long as you have PlayStation Plus, and you go to Monthly Games. It's one of the monthly games, and it's free for the rest of this January 2025 month. So go ahead and pick it up if you're interested. But looking at the online multiplayer then, we have a few different events that we can do. We can obviously do quick match, find session, blah blah blah. But more interestingly, we have Hot Pursuit, Interceptor, Race, Most Wanted, which is different. There are no Most Wanted events in the regular game. Same thing with Arms Race. I didn't actually get to play this one. I have no idea what it does, but I imagine it's something to do with like you racing, but then you get to also use equipment, which is pretty cool. And you can basically select here what performance group you want. So I ended up trying the middle ground at first. It plays a weird sound when it finds players, but there you go. And eventually I did get into a lobby. The event called Untouchable, distance of 11.4. Only me and this other guy. But it was a Hot Pursuit. And so, yeah, this is kind of going to be like an intercept, but with a set path. So you can only use basically the cars that you have, I think. So I was scrolling through my car list and ended up choosing the Lamborghini Gallardo LP, blah 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 blah. And he also actually ended up choosing a Lamborghini as well, another Gallardo. As we head on into this event, then team win bonus of 5,000. Finishing position of first is required for us to get the most bounty. And he's only level 4, so assuming this is his first time playing this game, you would think that it would be a bit tricky for him. However, this is where we run into a method of getting free bounty for people, since this also levels up your career. You can see that he's dropped off and he's not really racing, and he's basically doing an AFK strat where you can farm bounty off of other people completing events. So I completed this event. He was still at the start, finish straight, which is crazy because I really don't feel like you can be AFK for 4 minutes plus a minute plus however many minutes you were waiting in the lobby before I joined. So I feel like this is just an AFK strat where they just watch something on their second monitor and just get free bounty basically, because he'll probably still get it for the event bonus, and probably not driving stills or cost of state or evasion or whatever it is for the cops. So since we didn't find a very high populated lobby, I decided to try the sports for the Hot Pursuit, and instantly found a lobby with loads of people, which were mostly low level people that had probably never played the game before. So obviously there's loads of new people, and as you can see, there is one other person that's a similar level to me that's probably completed the career. So we've got some competition here, but for the most part it is just basically going to be between me and him, and the rest of them can fight it out between each other. And this is a common thing you'll see because the game is free right now. You've got loads of people jumping in. Some people are not even bothering to do the career, they just want to jump into multiplayer, which is fine I guess, but it obviously means that you're going to see a lot of people that are, this is probably only their first, second, third day of playing maybe. They haven't got nearly as much bounty as you can get just by playing the career and understanding the game that way. So it ends up kind of being like kind of a bad cycle where it's like, if I want to play against other people on my level, I can't because there's just not enough of them in like the hypercar series and stuff. But if I want to, so if I want to play against the bigger lobby, which is obviously what you want, I'm just going to be basically going against people which haven't played the game as much. So this is the kind of tricky thing with this, but we did at least, like I said, have some competition here. Though I did kind of throw him for a loop already here because I chuck out a spike strip as he tried to lock on the EMP. He almost actually gets it, but we're able to get away in my favourite car in the entire world. It is the Subaru Impreza STI hatchback from 2010. That's my favourite car, my dream car. That's why I chose it. But yeah, already we go through a roadblock. You can see they've got the low level roadblock, so I think your levels of equipment also carry over. But I think the helicopter they do actually nerf. But anyway, this guy, he's our closest competition. He does hit into a truck. It happens to the best of us. I'm not going to blame him on that. That roadblock was actually a level 3 roadblock, so I feel like that's one that he pulled out to try and attack me. And again, I kind of just chucked this spike strip behind. I don't know why it only did one, but it did. Skipping on through again, through this event, through the roadblock. Again, it was a low level roadblock. That's like the first level, so even if you crash into it, it's not bad. Another weird thing is the helicopter just going through the terrain over here. I have no idea why this happened, but it did. And I feel like this game also, the multiplayer, because in the single player it definitely does, but in the multiplayer I feel like they have given a catch-up mechanic to make it more intense, because this guy, like, he's ages away from me, but he was still able to catch up. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like there is a catch-up mechanic to help people. Otherwise, again, I could just boost away and be like gone essentially. Again, another roadblock probably deployed by this guy, if I had to imagine. In fact, one of our teammates has left, one of them is DNF'd, a cop has left, and another cop is also DNF'd. So it's basically a 2v2 at the moment. We've got one person which is actually pretty close to us and another which isn't. And I kind of toy around my food here because I see he's kind of low HP, and then I try to EMP him and instead wreck him and then just use the turbo to go over the line and win the event pretty easily. So yeah, that was kind of an easy event, but it was at least somewhat close with the other guy. You can see this, our teammate, he finishes about 40 odd seconds behind me, and unfortunately the other one didn't make it, so sad times. But I finished first, of course, because it is still a race, and yeah, I got the most bounty and did it in a good enough time. So there you go, escape to the beach, and we get, it is actually quite nice that it does level up your single player experience as well, because I feel like I'd want to keep doing this rather than just doing random same old events that I've already done in the career. So it is quite good in that sense. But we're going on to another Hot Pursuit, this time doing the first defense event, and again in the same lobby, just a few different people have came in and came out. So we're back to a full lobby, and I'm going to be using the Lancer Evo 10 because it's another one of my loved cars. So yeah, may as well use it. I mean, the pack here, the other guy that is actually our kind of level, he's on my team, so I don't really know why they have balanced it that way, the game has. But anyway, we're going to continue on and yeah, and see how we do and see how quickly we can shut them down here, as we tried to deploy an EMP, but they do, to be fair, use their jammer, so at least someone on the team knows how to use the jammer correctly to to stop them. This guy actually throws me through a loop here, so again, well done to the other Lancer Evo 10, because I was ready to hit him and then I missed, so he's obviously done a good job. Someone has left the game though. I've called in a helicopter because why not, I guess. And again, I tried to use the EMP here, and this guy throws me for a loop and I crash. So, you know, there are some good plays coming out from these people. Whether that was supposed to be intentional or not, I'm not sure. Let's just say it was intentional and that this guy actually threw me for a loop, because that is obviously the more entertaining option. And yeah, the helicopter comes on through, and it's gonna hopefully help us. Obviously the helicopter's not, it's usually quite an easy thing to avoid, but I can see how some people probably are not so privy to avoiding it. I think that one did miss, the helicopter that we deployed there. I think it did miss there, but you can see we have quite limited amount of resources. I'm going to deploy a roadblock and then kind of take the shortcut weirdly. So again, even with someone as much experience with me in this game, I'm still gonna lose it. One of the racers does actually hit our helicopter, and I slammed into them thinking that's it, they're dead, but I guess they had some invincibility frames and were able to get through all nice and dandy. And then again, the helicopter's kind of not really in a great spot, but it still hits someone. I guess if they're still a low level, they've not really experienced the helicopter and how to avoid it, but yeah, I found that kind of weird that they just basically ran into it. We do take out the guy in first. He was getting away a little bit from the pack, but we were able to take him down nonetheless. And then we're just going to slow down here, trying to wait for them to come in. And I can see now that the roadblock has actually appeared here, so I'm going to start boosting up. He tries to EMP me, but I basically block the way with spike strips, and it does actually work out because there's a big kerfuffle at the roadblock. I can't actually tell who's being hit by what, but lots of people are on critical damage, and then just for some random reason the thing just ends. I think they must have been taken out by crashing into something that then destroyed them, or a helicopter, or I have no idea. But we placed second on our team anyway, because the other fella, as you'll see, got the kill credit for the other two. We of course got the first fella, but he finished off the other two. So yeah, well done to him. And again, progressing our cop career as well on this save as well, which is pretty nice. I do like that. And then I tried the interceptor and with hypercars, because I thought, you know, I've kind of had my fun now, and actually it just chucked me into my own lobby, so I got to choose where I started the event. But as you can see, 8 times speed. This is the wait time, so this was actually 5 real life minutes that I waited for a lobby for interceptors with hypercars, so obviously the top tier of cars, and I didn't get a lobby for 5 minutes. Yeah, you can kind of see where most of the player base is. That's kind of why I have to play in the sports category, because these guys don't have hyper unlocked. They're just jumping straight into multiplayer, maybe playing a bit of the career to get a small understanding. But anyway, I try sports again, and we do actually find someone which is at a similar level. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be good, right? No, they are also doing the AFK strat. And I just bust them, and it takes like, what, 10 seconds for this entire event, and then he gets a bit of like money basically, or bounty, and a bit of progression. And again, I was like, okay, maybe that's just because he wanted to be a cop rather than the racer. I was like, okay, let's try again with the same fella. But again, he just wouldn't chase me really. I had to really force him to kind of chase me, otherwise I was just gonna sit here and wait. You can see at 2 times speed here, eventually he wants to start doing things, and then I jam his EMP, I chuck him for a loop with a spike strip, turn around, dodge him, and then he deploys a helicopter, and I thought, right, okay, this guy is going to be following me. I spin him out, and then that's it. He basically just gives up, and then I escape because I just get as far away as I can from him, and I escape. So, moral of the story is don't play Interceptor because you're relying on one other person, and that one other person could just be doing an AFK strat. So if you only see one person in the lobby, it's probably not worth staying in the lobby unless the lobby starts to fill up. So yeah, kind of annoying. I wish people would just play the game, but you know, is what it is. Obviously not everyone's like that. But we do get the Dodge Viper SRT10. That's quite a cool car to get. And again, I was interested in these two other events which have never been seen before. So I tried the Most Wanted event. It sounded quite fun. I waited for a bit. I got into a lobby. And eventually, event starting in now, it auto balances the team. And once it's balanced them, it chose me on the racer's side, so I'm going to be protecting someone, and it chose this fella, the Assassin's Creed guy, we'll just call him that, as the most wanted guy. So yeah, we're going to be using the 370Z for this event because I haven't used it yet on this save, so I was like, you know, why not? And then we get into the thing. You can see he's the high value target here, and we have two cop cars chasing us, two racer cars trying to defend this guy up front. So that is the main goal. It's like you know, protect the president, or I don't know, protect the VIP kind of thing. The HVT mode from COD. It's that kind of idea where you have to try and protect the main fella from the other guys, which I think is great. I think it's a really cool game mode. And obviously people try and recreate it in modern Need for Speeds by just playing with a group of friends. But this is quite good to play just like, you know, separately. Obviously if the guy that is the most wanted is AFK, then that is quite bad because you basically have no choice but to lose because the cops can just go up to him, arrest him, and then that's the game. So it does rely on one person again, but we had a good time this time, as I kind of got spooked here. I didn't realise there was going to be both of the cops so close. I thought one of them had spun out or something like that. So we tried to deploy an EMP anyway on the cop in front. I deploy a jammer because another cop behind is trying to EMP me, and we do get our EMP off and the jammer off, so that protects us from our own, from the guy that was trying to EMP us. You can see that he's trying to tackle my other fella, so I try and get in front because again, my life is not worth as much as the most wanted in this event. That's the whole point of the event, is that you're trying to protect this one guy. So I didn't actually realise how this event ended. It basically is an interceptor event where you can go anywhere you like the most wanted can go anywhere he likes and everyone else can go wherever they want. You just have to make sure that you take, if you're on the racer side, that you take out the other cops, and if you're on the cops side, that you take out the most wanted fella. So yeah, we get through a roadblock quite nicely. We've been speeding things along here a little bit, and eventually as we go towards the mountain park, one of the cops finally starts to get close to us as I'm kind of sticking behind this other fella. He deploys an EMP. I get him with the spike strip, but he spins around perfectly and gets the EMP hit off on us still. So supreme driving from the guy behind. I mean, obviously it was a little bit of luck as well that he spun the correct way from my spike strip, but still, that is some swagger about him if he's able to spin around and hit us again. Again, speeding things along a little bit here because it obviously took this guy a little bit to catch up after he got spike stripped, and us slowing down a little bit as well. So he was pretty low HP at this point. I'm trying to deploy a spike strip until I realised that the wait times before you can use an equipment is actually pretty long, like longer than the career, which is kind of weird to me. Another thing that's weird is I tried to deploy an EMP on the cop car, and instead it selected the guy I'm supposed to be defending. Like, I didn't want to obviously do that game. I'm not trying to self-sabotage. But we do end up taking out the cop by just chucking our most wanted guy into him, which did get the plus, so that's quite good. But yeah, a little bit weird that the EMP allows you to lock onto the guy you're trying to stop, or trying to defend, sorry. As we come around here, you can see that this other cop is pretty low HP. Our teammate's a little bit far away, but just trying to catch up. And so we deploy a turbo to once again catch up to this cop, and hopefully we'll be able to deal the final blow. As you can see, he kind of crashes into our most wanted fella, but we go straight into him with the turbo equipped and wreck the last cop. Let's have a little replay there. Bang! Slow motion replay. Bang! That is satisfying with the turbo. What a takedown. And then that is the event done, because both of the cops are done for. And so that allows the most wanted fella to escape. So, yeah, we did a good job. We only finished second though, because the guy in first probably gets bounty for just staying alive as the most wanted. I imagine that's why. But he did, to be fair, get his own wreck. Kind of us pool shotting him into it, but he did get his own wreck, so fair enough, fair enough. And yeah, for the last event, I decided to stay in the same lobby, but the lobby leader actually changed it to a race, so we're going to be doing a race for the final event, which I thought was going to be fine. I chose a Corvette Z06 in atomic orange because I hadn't used this car in this save yet. We get up to the lineup with the cinematic looking pretty nice. Kind of getting ready to go here, and away we go. So we're against another Z06, this time a convertible, and we also have a Porsche ahead that's a convertible as well. We instantly take third and try to go around the outside, then switch to the inside here against this Porsche fella, who is of course the most wanted guy in the last event. But then we take the shortcut here and we're able to get kind of in front. Obviously we get spit back out onto the road, which is where we slow down a little bit, but yeah, he's still just about there. The other guy is already 0.4 miles away from us. Not sure what he's doing, but yeah. And the other guy decides to take the shortcut along with us, so he is at least being fairly close. The gap kind of goes up to 0.1 miles though, and as we continue on, unfortunately I never see any of these guys again, because I get to the finish line, I'm 1.3 miles ahead of second, in fact 29 seconds ahead of second, I'm 3.8 miles ahead of third, and I basically just drove the course, which was, yeah. And then I got to the finish line and I decided to slow down at the finish line. So let's just say my time was 6 minute 35. That's probably what I would have got. Speeding things along here by 2 times. I decide, you know what, let's just give this other guy the win. I don't need the bounty. They need the bounty more than me. The guy in third though, he's way too far away to basically finish the event in a minute. So I just decide, now that this guy's gone first, I'm just going to go through and finish second and take my points and leave. 7 minutes 11. So again, another about 40-second gap, maybe 30-second gap. But by the end of it, everyone leaves or DNFs. So I finish first. So yeah, I didn't need to do that in the end. I could have just crossed the line and finished the event there and then, but there you go, I finished first, so I got a new reward as well, so that's good as well for me and my career. We'll see what the new car is. The new car is a Lamborghini Reventon Exotic Series. Pretty nice car to add to the collection, but overall, my initial thoughts on the online for this game is it's pretty hit and miss. I wouldn't do events which are only with one person. It's a lot more fun doing the Hot Pursuits, and those are the most populated servers as well, I feel like. Same thing, the Most Wanted. The Most Wanted was actually pretty good, a nice change of pace. I will probably still play the online, but yeah, I mean, Need for Speed Unbound online is way more popular. But, you know, I love this game, so I'm glad that I got to experience the online of this game at least. It's just a bit easier for someone that's been playing for so long compared to new people. Anyway though, if you did enjoy this kind of video, then be sure to go ahead and hit the like button, comment anything you enjoyed below, subscribe if you enjoy all my content, give me some constructive criticism as well down below. But until the next video guys, this has been Chief Dog 24, and I'll see you guys in the next one.